2 money phrases that are busy making you poor and why you absolutely have to ban them from your vocabulary. I'm Ann Wilson, the Wealth Chef, and in today's episode, we're going to be unpacking these 2 key phrases that most of us unconsciously use really often and don't realize quite how dangerous they are and why using them could be a huge contributor to keeping you poor and away from living your rich, juicy life. So the first phrase you absolutely must ban from your financial vocabulary is the phrase, I can't afford it. And you might go, but Anne, if I can't afford it, I can't afford it. Well, yes and no. The phrase whether you can or can't afford something has got nothing to do with your money. This has got to do with the principles of how you are living your life. Are you living this rich, juicy life? And the real bitch is when you say, I can't afford something, you actually shut down your creativity. You shut down your unconscious's ability to go, well, how can I afford it? So it's not about you going, oh, well, unconsciously whipping out the credit card or going into debt and going, to hell with it, I'm just going to have whatever I want now. That whole buy now, pay later, you deserve it because you're worth it kind of mentality. No, that's also just daft because that's taking you to real poverty and you're going to be paying that in costs in real terms in terms of your future well-being. But this is about if you're really clear that this is something that you really value, that you really want in your life, that's really going to add to that wealthy living, be it a specific experience or maybe it's education or if it's really, maybe it is that handbag, but you know why you want it. The question is then not can I afford it, but how can I afford it? So it's about then going, what can I do to enable me to have that thing in my life in a way that is wealthy for me, for my family, for my community, and ultimately for the earth. This is about conscious wealth. This is about expansive wealth of going, how do I afford it? How do I have what I want in my life in a way that is expansive? So no longer I can't afford it, but how can I afford it? And what am I prepared to exchange for it? Because ultimately, every single thing in our life is an exchange, even an exchange of time, value, your energy. And so you're going, what is this worth to me in terms of what I've got to exchange it for? And this is what's so great because then you can really get congruent about, do I want this thing? It no longer becomes a matter of just, can I afford it? So there we go. That is the first phrase you're banning. Can I afford it? So the second phrase you're absolutely banning from your financial vocabulary, and it's more of a mindset, is what I call the minimum repayment mindset. This is what is those monthly repayments and making your spend decisions based on a minimum monthly repayment. And this happens all over the place. And we've created a culture where almost it's as though everything is based on these little slices of minimum monthly repayments. And this is the most fatal thing you can do for your financial well-being, is getting sucked into the minimum repayment mindset. Whether this is from the size of your mortgage or your home loan or bond, whatever you call it, where you go and go, okay, how big a mortgage can we take out based on the minimum monthly repayment? And this is where so many people make their purchasing decisions on this basis. Fatal, fatal, fatal. This is the tail wagging the proverbial dog. No, no, no. You go, what is going to be the home that fits into my financial plan in a way that doesn't deplete me, that still allows me to have the other money in the other wealth pie aspects, and that serves me for now in the better whole good. And then you go, how am I going to slice that down and afford it and bring it in to your monthly repayments in the best way? So here's the thing. You always want to look at what is your total cost of ownership of anything that you're bringing into your life. Be it a car, be it that home, be it that gym membership. Understand what the full implication is of this buying decision. And that total cost of ownership is firstly the amount of money you're going to spend on it in that term. So if it's a 24-month contract, what is that real cost? And that's going to include the interest you're going to be paying. It is so important that you add this in because when you're paying for something on a credit card and you're paying that minimum monthly repayment on that credit card, typically that's set up and it's structured in a way that the minimum monthly repayments on credit cards are designed to actually keep you in debt for as long as possible. Because, as we cover elsewhere, you know debt is power. He who holds the debt has the power, or she. And so, if you knew that that pair of shoes that you're about to put on the credit card and just pay that monthly repayment off, if you knew you're actually going to end up paying between 12 and 18 times the cost of that pair of shoes, would you really be buying that pair of shoes? Or that car, or even that home? So understand the full total cost of ownership. But you've also got to understand the phantom costs. These are the costs that you now bring into your life as a result of owning that thing or entering into that minimum monthly repayment. So in terms of the car you drive, that could be the insurance premium. That depends on the kind of car you have, the cost of the fuel, the cost of maintenance and going on. These are the phantom costs. And this is where you see why the relationship between your liability draw and your expenses, there is that relationship which we cover in the Money Flows videos so succinctly. So never make your money buying decisions or decisions about whether you're going to enter into something based on the minimum monthly repayment, which, as you can see, is also directly linked to, can I afford it? And break that minimum repayment mindset. And that is going to be your fastest way to claiming back your power, claiming back your life, and getting a hang of a lot more from your money. So there you have it, the two phrases that from today you're banning from your financial vocabulary. From the I can't afford it to how can I afford it? And not what is the minimum monthly repayment, but what is the total cost of ownership of this buying decision that I'm about to make. And just those things are going to make your life significantly wealthier. So if you're watching this anywhere other than over at thewealthchef.com, head on over there. And while you're there, let me know in the comments below the video, which of those phrases have you used a lot in the past? And that have either prevented you from having the things you've wanted or made you make buying decisions that haven't been great for you. So let us know, and then that you can consciously change that in your life. And if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, do so that you don't miss one of these great episodes to really bring in ways to master your money and get it working hard for you.